All right, in this video, we're going to go over how to do an independent sample t-test. And this type of test compares a continuous variable and a categorical variable that has no more than two categories. The purpose of this type of test is to see how different categories or groups are different based on the same scale. For example, we could look at whether males or females would be more likely to recommend the Avery Fitness Center to their friends or family. So first, we're going to open our survey and look at the two variables that we want to compare. In our first example, we're going to use this question right here, which asks about retirement status. Again, it's a categorical question that has only two categories, employed or retired. Our continuous measure is going to be general health and fitness and how important that is as a reason for working out for this group. So let's go into our data set. And again, we're going to copy and paste our data into a new worksheet. And when doing an independent sample t-test, you always want to copy over the categorical data first. So we're going to find status, which is our categorical variable, copy it over, and then we'll copy our continuous variable, which is fitness. And when doing independent sample t-tests, we do need to sort the data, and we're going to sort the data by the categorical variable. So we're going to go to sort and filter. We're going to sort smallest to largest, and we do want to expand the selection when sorting the data. So go ahead and click sort. And you'll see what happens in this case is the data is kind of now split in half. So for those who answered 1 on the survey, which corresponds to employed as the code book tells us, we can see their answers to the continuous question right here. And then for those who answered 2, which is retired, we see their answers along here. So now we're going to open our data analysis toolpack, and the type of test we're going to be running is called t-test to sample assuming unequal variances. We're going to go ahead and enter our variable ranges. So when entering these ranges, we're only going to highlight data in column B, and we are not going to highlight the name of the column as we've done previously. So our first variable range is going to be the continuous data that corresponds with answer 1 for the status question. So we're going to start right here, and we're going to highlight the data in column B until the 1s stop. And then for variable 2, we're going to do the same thing, starting right here at 2, and we're going to scroll down until the 2 stop. But again, make sure to only highlight data in column B. You don't want to highlight the data in both columns. And we're going to stop right here. And the reason that we don't include these numbers is because there is no categorical data to correspond with these answers. Go ahead and select OK. And this table is going to pop up in a new screen, or new worksheet, I mean. So there's a couple of things we want to look at in this table. The first are the two means. The second is our two-tail p-value, which is right here. So you see that our two-tail p-value is 0.76, a lot higher than 0.05, meaning that there is no significant relationship between these two variables. And if we look at the means, we can see that this makes sense. So for variable 1, which was people who are employed, we can see that general health and fitness is pretty important to them, as well as it's pretty important to those who are retired. So since there's not a huge difference between these averages, it makes sense that there is no significant relationship between these two groups. So let's go ahead and do another one, and this time we're going to look at gender and then physical enjoyment as an important reason for working out. So we'll make our new worksheet. We're going to copy over our categorical question first, which was gender. And then we're going to do our continuous data, which was physical enjoyment. Again, we're going to sort the data by the categorical variable. So go ahead and sort, making sure that you expand the selection. Go back to our data toolpack. And again, we want the t-test, the to sample assuming unequal variances. Sometimes what'll happen is the variable ranges will be entered for you. You want to go ahead and delete that and enter the data yourself so that you know it's accurate. So we'll do our variable 1 range first. Again, starting here and just doing it for those who answered 1 on the survey, which as we know before were males. And then for variable 2, we'll do the same thing, the continuous data for those who answer female. And again, we want to stop highlighting this data when the 2 stop in column A, right here. Again, we're going to open our table. If we see this time, our two-tailed p-value is 0.04, which is less than 0.05, meaning that there is a statistically significant difference. There is a significant relationship between these two variables, and if we go to the averages, we can see again this makes sense. For males, the average importance of physical enjoyment as a reason to work out is about a 3.6, so kind of in the middle of the scale, and for female, it's a 4, so definitely leaning more towards important on the scale for them. And since there's a pretty significant difference between these two means, we can see that it makes sense that there is a significant relationship between these two variables. And that's all we're going to cover for independent sample t-tests. In our next video, we're going to go over how to do paired sample t-test.